Go back to Aztecs All In, Lewis Weiner with Miles Byrd. So, Miles, are you surprised that you are back this season?
I'm not. There was definitely a time, maybe last year during the summer, where I thought there could be opportunity for me to leave, but at the same time, like I'm more than excited to be back here, and this is the place I love, so I wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
How has your game improved after going through the NBA combines? Because that was a lot of weeks working with NBA potential players. And how did your game improve?
I think my game just matured a lot. I think the difference between my sophomore and junior year was taking that step up on the scouting report for the other teams. And, when other teams start playing you a lot more physical and pressure you a lot bit more, like, you tend to speed up. And I think this summer has allowed me to kind of understand how to go against other ways that people can guard you. And I think I slowed my game down, which helps me, make better decisions and take better shots.
Talking with some of the other players that you were working out with, were you able to improve your game just by talking to some of them?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's funny. Like there was about five guys in our pre-draft group that I grew very close with, and they were all younger than me, all freshmen. Or one was a sophomore, and the rest were freshmen. And they kind of asked me a good amount just because I'd been in college longer. But at the same time, when you got a bunch of great skilled players with great minds, you pick your brains sometimes even accidentally, in the middle of the workout, like, oh, like, what's the most comfortable way for you to get to this type of shot or stuff like that. So, there was a lot of dialogue between all of us, and I think that helped us all kind of get better throughout that process.
So you were there during the national championship game. You didn't play very much that season. How would you compare that team to what you're seeing in this team so far?
Yeah, I think the biggest similarity that I see is the practices. Like my freshman year, coming especially from high school, I mean, I don't know if my vision was a little bit different just because I'm new and everything looks a little bit different, but as a freshman, it felt like we were so physical and worked so hard during practice, and I see the same thing this year, and that's from coming from a senior eye now. I've seen a lot of basketball we played since I've been in college, but we just compete so hard in practice. We beat up on each other for the past 3 months, so I think we're really excited to just get on the court and beat up on somebody else instead of our own teammate.
I bet. I've got a picture here. Take a look at this picture here. So that's on top after Lamont. After Lamont, hit the shot, and there you are on top of the pile. What would that Miles Byrd say to this Miles Byrd now, knowing what you've been through and where you are in your progress in playing basketball?
I think that Miles Byrd would say, I knew you'd be here. I think, I came in, I knew that there was going to be a lot of development ahead of me to, get where I wanted to be. But I've always been very confident with myself as a player and as a person, and I know what I'm capable of. And, I knew if I just kept my head down and kept working that there would be opportunity for me to be in the spot I'm in today. And, now it's just about being grateful for being here and not taking anything for granted.
Do you consider yourself a leader on this team this season?
Yeah, 100%. I think I've considered myself a leader, honestly, the past 3 years. I mean, I don't the conception about you like needing to be one of the better players on the team to be a leader. I mean, I honestly don't agree with it. I think a leader, there could be a walk-on who doesn't step on the court who could be a leader, and I think I have the tendencies of a leader. I'm very vocal. I try to get the best out of everybody that I'm playing with. So I think that's been kind of the leadership I've been able to have the past few years, and now being a guy who knows the tradition, one of the only guys that knows the true tradition of SESU basketball. I make sure that we carry ourselves how we're supposed to be carrying ourselves, and I think I have that respect between my teammates where they all respect my opinion. Almost like, I mean, I was out all last week and I'm on the sideline acting like I'm an assistant coach, honestly. Probably need to shut up a little bit, let Dutch say more stuff. But, yeah, no, I think just knowing talent, understanding talent, seeing how we are, I don't want any regret to happen at the end of the year for our team. And so just making sure we're doing the little things every single day and we're all everyday guys.
Coach Dutcher at media availability yesterday was asked about your leadership abilities, and he said he pointed out that being able to lead when things go well, but also being able to lead when things go bad. Is that something you think you need to work on?
100%. I think leadership is something that you could continue to work on, even if you think you're the best leader in the world. I mean, I think there's nothing stopping you from developing on every aspect of your life. For me, I play with so much emotion and passion that, when I feel like I'm messing up, it's almost like it's not like me shutting down on my teammates. It's like me thinking that they're shutting down on me. So that's why I think I get hard on myself sometimes. And, I think every single day is an opportunity to get better at that. If I maybe get frustrated in practice, I have to be able to snap out of it. And, I think doing those little things in practice will help me in games as well. If I turn the ball over twice in a row instead of, shutting down for the rest of practice and not being a leader like I need to be for this team, I work through it. And I think that's going to be something that helps me out later throughout the year. No season is going to be perfect. Even if you don't lose a game, there's nothing about a season that's going to be perfect. And, just understanding that and working through that every single day is what I'm trying to hold myself to right now.
So you've played with a lot of great players in this program in the few years you've been here. What current or former San Diego State player that you played with made the most impact on your game?
The most impact on my game, it's tough because I feel like I've never really played with somebody who I think I'm very similar to on the court. I think I got a lot of different things that I can do well, but I think just challenging me wise, I think it was Lamont Butler and Darion Trammell. My freshman year, I was on scout team, and as a scout team player, they usually had me as the most dominant ball handler on the other team. So for some games, it was I'm Amari Moore from San Jose State, and our scheme is literally just to stop him pretty much that year. And I think that challenged me to go against our best defenders every day in practice. So, I think just being comfortable with the ball in my hands, being comfortable making decisions, I think that's what's kind of helped me development-wise. As a leader, though, I got to sit behind Keyshawn Johnson, who I think has been the best leader that I've seen since I've been here. So, yeah, you got a mixture of being pushed on the court by guys like that and then also getting to sit back and watch the truest of leaders step up in moments of the Final Four when we're down 14 at halftime. So, I've been around a lot of good guys. I think everybody's kind of had a lasting impact on me.
Not a lot of players had that experience, right, of coming back a few years later after playing in a national championship game against UConn. That must make your situation just really fantastic for you to be in.
100%. My dad was a Division I basketball coach. He was a Division I player. And I think the furthest he ever went was around the round of 32. So from my freshman year to sit and watch the national championship with guys that I live with pretty much. I'm with 24/7 and see them compete at the highest level, and then the following year get to go play UConn in the Sweet 16 in Boston, which is like a home game for them pretty much. I've seen a lot of high-level basketball. I got to be a part of a lot of high-level basketball, and I'm hoping that's something that we can achieve as a team this year.
And finally, how good can this team be this season, do you think?
Sky's the limit. I think it's up to us. I think last year we had the talent to make a run in March Madness. I think a lot of the reason why we didn't was just the little habits that we didn't build throughout the year that we normally do. I think we understand that, and I think we're all working every single day this year to make sure that that's not a reason why we don't get to where we want to go.
Miles, appreciate your time. Thanks.
Appreciate you.